Okay, good afternoon. Today is November 12th, 2020. So here's what we're looking at for today. It looked like the day was going to start off in a range, but it looks like about 9:19 this downward move started. So here the blue lines are the overnight highs and lows, but prices were really in this like red range to begin the day. It looked like there was this green upward channel for a while, but that broke and yeah, a downtrend began. So let's take a look at prices. Here we can see the overnight too. Prices were, well, I guess they stayed within, they didn't hit this high, so that's probably why they started ranging. But I'm sure that there was probably something in that big move up. But yeah, let's take a look. Fairly decent amount of trades, and just like yesterday, in the last like hour or two, there were a lot of good trades that I saw. All right, so let's look. So yeah, pretty big. I think it was like the overnight highs and lows were like 20 points apart. I think 20 some points. This red range, let's see. I think this was a 9-point range. Yeah, just about a 9-point range. So I didn't mark anything over here. So there might be something in here that I missed. Looks like a first entry. I don't know if you would have taken that, but that's like a third entry short. Oh, and then here we have a second entry, but you don't get a signal bar. So first entry, second entry. That's actually second entry right there. So yeah, no signal bar. And yeah, prices just start ranging. Oh, okay. This is hold on. First entry, second entry. Okay. This is a double test. That's why I marked it. So you get the price level right here. Test it. Good signal bar right at the top of the range. I like that trade a lot. Take that. And you get a nice move down to the bottom of the range. I didn't mark this. I don't know if people like that, but it is at the bottom of the range. Didn't look like there was anything good. This blue channel, I don't know. As you can see, prices kind of worked within it, so I don't know if that's valid or not. But you get an overshoot, it leads to a break, and yeah. So I don't know if people like that or not, but I'm gonna delete it so there's less going on. But it's something to keep in mind. However, we did have this, what looks like off the first two swings, this green channel that was working for a little bit. Prices came up here, and I just circled this area for myself, guys. I'm trading on the simulator, and I got eager, and I took this first signal bar, and as you can see, it got stopped out. I don't know if it was 3 ticks or 4 ticks, but that's why you wait for a higher low, and the higher low does come, and not only does it come, but it looks like it might be a second entry. Yeah. So here, if you count this as the low, first entry, second entry, and it's not a great signal bar, so you probably shouldn't take it anyway, but it's a lower high off the top of the channel. And yeah, you just got to be patient. So I got stopped out on this. So especially, so my idea was that it was a breakout of this red range. Okay, a counter trend breakout, because prices broke into this range kind of in a downtrend. But you might think not. It's hard to say. But anyway, break out of the range. So I was expecting prices to go back in, which they did. So I'm following the rules in my ideology, but I'm not executing them at the right time, or Mack's ideology and theories. So anyway, you get a failed second entry long and a lower high down here, and it does work out, gets you the point scalp. First entry, second entry, and after this big move down, lower high, nice signal bar. If it goes below the midline of this red channel, I was expecting it to go to the bottom, but it didn't. And so prices bounce off the green channel, kind of confirming this green channel. They go all the way up. I don't know. So prices make this micro range here, so I don't know if you would take this like higher low, but it's not too great of a setup, and it's going into the top of the red range. And we haven't yet made it to the bottom of the red range, so it's just tough to say. So anyway, it bounces off the top of the channel again. Really aggressive traders might take this as a signal bar, and it would have worked, but that's very aggressive. So here we get, so this is like a lower high, but the signal bar is no good. That's why I marked it as aggressive. First entry, second entry long. So this is like a second entry long, but you would be going long above it as for a failure. And I marked it because I actually did take this just because it was off the midline, and this midline held for these two bars. So I just figured put my stop there in case it bounces. It's a second entry long, and there will be trapped shorts. So that worked. And then here we just also, you have this tight channel up. So you get a break. You get a break and like move down and a leg, two legs up to a new high. So that's why I marked this as to go short below this. That might actually be a measured move too. Let's see. It's a little longer than the measured move. So yeah, I marked this. I don't know. I don't think I took this, and it's aggressive because it's not. I guess you could say that's a second entry short from this low, but it's not a good signal bar. But there is room back to the midline, back to the EMA, and it's at the top of this channel. So that's why I marked it. So prices kind of spike into this channel. You get a first entry and then a second entry right here. So failed second entry short. First entry, second entry, good signal bar. It's aggressive. It's going into the bottom of that green channel, but there hasn't been a break of this channel yet, this smaller channel. Okay, so that's why I marked that, and that was a good move. Prices come down here. I marked this because it's, it would have trapped all these shorts, people who went short here. It's at the bottom of this red range. So it's an engulfing bar, big and bullish. It's an overshoot of this smaller green channel. So usually an overshoot leads to a break, which it did. So I actually did take this and it worked out. And you get a higher low here. So I'm expecting prices to go to the top of this red range after this. So I marked that. It's not a great signal bar, but it's a higher low. Prices move into this smaller range, upward, and then you get a width trend break. So unfortunately, I don't see how you would enter on this bar or this bar. I just don't see. Definitely not on this bar, unless you were counting on it to break back into the range. So you might take it on this bar. This bar, I don't see why. It's right into this EMA. The midline at the larger red range is there. It's a lower high, but I don't see why you would take that. But I don't know. Maybe Mack will mark that on his chart. Big move down to the overnight lows. It bounces just a little, and then it shoots down again. And then you get this double test right here. So I marked that. I marked that as aggressive just because it looks like, I guess that wouldn't be a range by Mack's definition because there's no doji in there. So maybe that wouldn't be aggressive. But it's a double test. Nice signal bar. Go ahead and take it. And after big moves down. And then you get this lower high, which I marked. Look how steep that channel is, man. That's off the channel right there. That's a big move down. And then prices bounce. First entry, second entry. So this is like a third entry. But I looked at it as more of like a second entry. Hold on. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, it's more of like a third entry, but it's off the EMA after this huge move down. It looks more to me like a second entry because first entry, second entry. Big bearish signal bar. I think this is just like a higher low right here. Yeah. So I marked that. That one might be aggressive. I don't know what other people think, but it's just yeah, that's probably aggressive because it's going into the lows of the day. But I do like that trade. And then prices they bounce down here. Failed second entry short and second entry long. So okay, so here's the low, first entry, second entry, failed second entry short, and then here's the high, first entry, second entry long. So that's aggressive, but just because it looks like prices might be hitting resistance there. But I don't know, maybe I wouldn't mark it as aggressive because you have two reasons to go long right there, but perhaps even a third reason because it keeps bouncing off that price range. So if you did take that anyway, that's a big move up. Here we get a second entry long. Here's where all these trades just came back to back to back. Second entry long on this bar, and I just marked this bar right next to it because it's a trap. And if you didn't go long right there, and you see this bearish bar fooling some shorts, and then this bullish bar right after that, take that. Look at that. That's a trap. It's a clear trap. I've been seeing these 3-bar traps a lot, where you get a bullish, bearish, bullish, and yeah, it really looks like it works a lot. So here we have a lower high after a big downward move, and you could say that it's like going back into this congestion over here. So I like that. I didn't spot that. I didn't think about that before. That's definitely going back into this congestive area over here. So that's definitely another elevating factor for that trade. You get a second entry short over here, first entry, second entry, pretty good signal bar. And then you get a failed second entry short here. First entry, second entry, beautiful big bullish bar. Take that. It bounces off the congestive area. And then prices come back down, hitting this bottom again. You get a first entry, second entry short. And that takes us into 12 o'clock. This is a measured move right here. So you get that leg down, and then you're expecting another leg down, and it almost, well, eventually it goes past it, but on this swing, it almost goes to the tick. So always measure those moves. And that's why when it didn't hit that, I think that's another elevating factor for taking this trade. So that's what I saw today. I hope this helps, and I hope you guys watching my video will give me some feedback. All right.